Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. Hold on. I don't know how to I'm trying to work this thingy and I don't know. Hey guys, welcome back to my podcast. Today we are going to be telling a story about how you should never go on a date with the guy from the liquor store. Crazy, right? You're thinking, Izzy, why would you even think about going on a date with the guy from the liquor store? Well, I'm here to tell you why you should never go on a date with the guy from the liquor store. So, it all started back on New Year's Eve. So I was going into the liquor store to pick up some champagne for a few of me and my friends to celebrate that night. And I go walk in. I've seen him a few times from me just getting casual drinks. And I walk in and I go, hey. And he goes, hey, how you been? I'm like, oh, good. Just casual talking, nothing crazy out of the blue. Anyways, so I go, do you have any champagne? And he goes, no, we're all out. And I was like, what? And for it to be New Year's Eve, I was gonna believe him. I was like, you're being for real. It's New Year's Eve. He's like, no, I'm just kidding. So he shows me the champagne and I pick up 2 bottles of it. Hey, baby. My dog just walked in. And, what? Oh my gosh, I'm never gonna get through this story. Baby, you are okay. I'm trying to make a YouTube account as well. So if you want to watch and see my dog, he will be in the YouTube video. See, Mama's being busy. Anyways, my foot, my desk. So what happened is, I got the champagne and are you good, bud? Anyways, I'm so sorry. This is so chaotic. So I was like, oh, if you get anything new, I don't really like champagne, so if there's anything fun and fresh you know of, if you get any new orders in, text me and let me know, because I live right up the road. I'll be here. You'll see me around. And he was like, yeah, totally. And I was like, I turned around and turned back at him and I was like, that does inquire me to get your number. And he was like, oh yeah, for sure. So anyway, I get his number, he gets mine, we start texting, and it was fine. It was a normal conversation. He was showing me artwork that he liked to do, and I was telling him I'm getting ready for this party. And he was like, yeah, I have this, I'm hosting a bartending at this party. And I was like, oh yeah, I totally would come if I did have a party. Hee hee, lol. And anyway, oh, my little baby. I'm sorry, I'm playing with Poe. And he was like, oh, why'd you get my number? And I was like, why couldn't I? What, is there a problem? Do you have a girlfriend or something? And he just straight up goes, yeah, I do. And I'm like, oh, okay, all right. So I stopped talking to him because I was like, I'm not going to talk to somebody that has a girlfriend. Hold on. Audrey, I love you, but I am making a podcast. Oh my gosh, I told you. So I don't talk to him after that. And it's a few months. That was back in January, so it's the end of February right now. So it's been about a month or so. What, baby? Anyway, so I walk in there yesterday to get my friend a drink for our party that we were having. Another party I wasn't having, but a friend was having. And I go in there and he's checking me out and he's like, something happened between us. And I was like, oh no, you're good. Maybe it's the fact that you have a girlfriend. And he was like, yeah, I saw that was my problem. And so I broke up with her. And I was like, oh? And he was like, yep. I was like, how are you then? And he's like, I'm doing all right. It's good. It's good. And I was like, all right. And I was like, all right, well, he was like, just text me sometime. And I was like, I'm not going to text you. And he goes, why? I go, because I don't chase. And he was like, all right. Anyways, he texted me 6 minutes later, and I didn't respond for an hour because I was like, I'm not gonna be the one that seems clingy and stuff. So I didn't talk. I didn't say anything for an hour until later, and I was like, oh hey, and obviously, um. So then we were just chit chatting back and forth, and he texted me earlier today, and he was like, "What are you doing?" Hi, Popo. And I was like, "Oh, I'm just taking it easy, like just relax after last night's big party." And he was like, for sure. You want to go out to dinner?" And I was like, I'll see. I'm really not feeling like a lot of people. Like I just kind of want to lay in bed today. Like I just don't feel good. And he was like, "No, I totally understand." Anyway, I got really sad today, and I texted him at like 6:30, and I was like, "Hey, is that dinner option still available?" And he was like, "Of course." And I was like, "Okay." So he was listing off a few places, and two places that I listed off were both busy. Granted, this is a college town, and it's a Saturday, so I can see how it'd be a little busy, but like, man was straight up saying it was packed, and I was like, the only thing that gets packed around here is that McDonald's, Cane's, Taco Bell. That is it. Like, that's all you're gonna get is packed. You think college students can pay for a nice dinner? No. Anyway, he's like, "Let's go to Cordoba." And I was like, sure, I'm getting a free dinner out of it. I'm not complaining. Like, why would I? Ow! I need to clean my room. I don't know what I just knocked off. Oh, the lights. The light clicker. Anyway. But yeah. So I get there, I'm pulling up, and I walk out of my car, and I'm wearing some, like, platform, like, sandals. And he just says, "Imagine if you just face planted." And I was like, no. Anyway, we go to order, because, like, Cordoba, you, like, walk through. It's kind of like a Subway. Or a Moe's, for anybody else that doesn't know. And, he gets, like, he goes first and orders his, like, bowl. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what happened to the girls always being first, you know? And then I thought, because it was just on a rice portion, and he got white rice, so I was like, maybe he'll just be like, "Oh no, take what my," you know? No. He kept ordering. Like, even with that comment, he did not do anything about it. And I was like, word. This is going great. He did pay, thankfully, because I was not about to go if he wasn't going to pay. I want free dinner, and also I'm broke. Anyways, and then he gets our drinks and stuff, and he gets 2 cups, and he grabs both the cups and goes over to the fountain, and I go, "Excuse me?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah, sorry." And I was like, I really wanted to say something, but I was like, I'm not going to be this petty. You know, it's like literally 5 minutes into our date. Like, I can't be that petty. So, he doesn't grab me a utensil. He did grab napkins, though. Anyways, we sit down, we start talking, and he's like, "So, like, you know, tell me a little bit about yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, you know, I do theater." And he goes, "Yeah, like, what do you do?" And I was like, "You know, like props and like makeup, just like most actor things. I don't do like a lot of acting things." And he was like, "Yeah, I totally understand." Anyway, so like, blah, 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 you know, and I was just like, uh-huh. And then he was like, I was like, I told him, I was like, "I don't feel like you and your girl really broke up. Can you tell me why?" And he's like, "No, it was real. Yeah, she came from Egypt, and she asked her dad for some money, and the law enforcement got involved, and like it was a really sketch situation, and like I didn't want to be involved, and like so I told her, I was like, hey, I think it'd be best if we like split up, because like, you know, I don't want to get involved, and also I have to admit something. I got this girl's number from the liquor store from work." And he was just like, how, like, I was just like, uh-huh, yeah, like, totally understand what you're, like, trying to tell me that it's just a bold-faced lie. Anyways, I was like, "So do you, like, always, like, want to bartend and stuff like that, or are you just kind of doing that as, like, a gig right now?" And he was like, "Oh, it's totally a gig, because, like, I want to work on railroad." And I was like, "I'm sorry, what?" And he's like, "You know the whole railroad, like, how trains are going off the railroad right now, and they think it's a terrorist attack and stuff." And I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna get a job there. Like, my friend has me hooked up. But, like, he said I have to wait a little while because they think it might be a terrorist attack. So, no one's getting paid and there's a whole strike thing. So, like, I'm not about to work there. But, like, I mean, I'm about to work there. But, like, once this all clears up. So, yeah. And I was like, I don't think that's a problem here in southern Mississippi. But, you do you. You do you. I'm not gonna, I don't want to be I don't want to rain on your parade, bud. Okay? And he was like, so, like, theater, like, do you want to, like, how, like, musicians, like, like, take people's songs and, like, work on them and make them their own? Do you ever want to do that with a show? And I was like, well, if I was to design a show, like, work on a show that's already been designed, I would try not to look at the previous production photos and, like, have my own vision. And he was like, yeah, just like songwriters and music. I did music, and I was like, uh-huh. And he was like, yeah, I did the whole 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, like the most basic ass beat. And I was like, yeah. Anyways, and he was like, yeah, I listen to Kanye, and, like, mental health matters, but, like, sometimes you shouldn't be a loony. And I was like, so I just completely was like, at that point, I was just like, I can't sit here any longer without laughing my ass off and calling this man out. So I text my friend, like any responsible human I do on a date with anybody when I'm out in public and I don't have another way. I just text my friend and I go, hey, this date is going terrible. Will you please help me out? And she called and she was like, hey, I'm sick. And I was like, oh my God, I'm coming to get you right now. Love you out. And I think he could tell. But honestly, I really don't care because, like, if he's gonna, like, pathological lie to me, I feel like I can kind of pathologically lie one time. So I think it's like an even playing field, something like baseball or whatever, But yeah, that is why you should never, ever go on a date with the guy from the liquor store. Sorry, I was drinking water. I'm really thirsty. I went a little too hard last night, so I'm still trying to get rehydrated from last night's party. Oh, my sweet baby Poe. Do you have anything to concern on to this topic? This is Poe talking, by the way. Don't date men. Go on dates with women. Well, Poe, if I could get a woman to go on a date with me, I totally would. But it don't seem like none of them want me to. That's lame. I think you're the prettiest girl at the party. I'm the prettiest girl at the party. Sorry, if y'all get that, let me know. But if not, I'm so sorry. So, yeah, if you want to see my makeup, because I have to say, I really slayed this makeup look. And, really disappointed that it's not gonna be seen much, but maybe I'll make a TikTok or two. But yeah, the girls at Cordoba were, like, really hyping me up. They're like, your eyeliner looks so good. And I was like, thank you. So yeah. His fault. He wasn't even attractive. Like, I don't even know why I was like, sure, why not? I'm really in my feral girl era right now. Like, I really am, like, don't mess with me. Like, I am, like, I wrote down in my journal today, I was like, I don't chase, I attract. Like, that's my affirmation right now. And, like, I listen to SZA and Doja Cat. That's about, like, I know this is sounding crazy, and I'm probably gonna regret myself saying this later on. What, baby? My little baby. I'm sorry, I have ADHD, dude. Like, it is so bad. I'm getting tested for that, so that's fun. That is super fun and fresh. We'll get the results sometime next month. Yeah, won't we, Poe? I was raised by a crack pipe and 4 gases of methamphetamines. I'm just kidding. I love you, Poe. I love my baby. I do love my baby. You are spoiled rotten. Also, your breath smell like 10 cans of bounce that ass. 10 cans of bounce that ass. Anyways, I hope you enjoy this sweet little podcast. I wish in video. If there was more I could say about the situation, I will. I really don't think there's going to be much more to continue about it. Hopefully. But, like, why be a pathological liar? Just be honest. Like, hey, yeah, no, me and my girl are still seeing each other. We're just having through a rocky time. I'd be like, oh my God, that's not what I'm interested in. Thank you, though. But yeah, I don't. Sorry about. So yeah, I just wish y'all the best. Always be safe. If any of y'all out there are going on dates, tell your friends where you're going. Tell them what you know about your date. Have someone have your location. And if worse comes to worse, always make the excuse that go to the bathroom, and then if you never want to see them again, just say you have explosive diarrhea. It works every time. What guy is gonna be like, you know, like, girl? I don't know. I mean, I don't know about girls. I don't know how to get out of a date with a girl. I haven't had a bad date with a girl, so I don't know how I would. Are you good, dog? Cool. Anyways, I hope you have a very fun day, evening, morning, however it may be at your time when you're listening to this. So enjoy, drink lots of water, and stay. Yeah, that's what Poe has to say. Anyways, y'all have a good night, good day, whatever it is. Bye!